Hey, welcome to the Fresh Codeman. Today we will be looking for the proxies and reverse proxies, how they works and what are the key differences between them. And yeah, those are the particular things we will be looking for. Okay, so let's start without delaying. Here you can see three of these definitions, so we will be looking at all of these. So first one is the proxy, reverse proxy, and the differences and collapse forwarding, benefits of the proxy and the benefits of the reverse proxy. And then we also will be looking for the one last thing we missed here, I think, the VPN versus proxy, and proxy is also called as forward proxy. Okay, cool. So now we will be following him, and let's start. So first thing first, what is the proxy? Proxy is uh, like actual name is forward proxy. Normally we call it proxy. What it do is it's a server that sits in front of the client. So suppose you have this client, and then again next client 2, client 3. So here we will have a proxy server or forward proxy server, which sits here in front of the clients and control the request, maybe not control, forward the request to the backend or wherever they are calling the requests. Okay, so this backend can be, or to the internet. Yeah, that is a good thing, internet. So proxy sits between the client and the internet, and manage the request from the client. How it do it is, what is the benefit of it? The main benefit of it is, it caches data. It combines the request if there any request is there. It protect the client from the servers or from the internet, and secure the client. These are the main benefit of it. And how it do it is, so whenever client made some request to it, it look at the request, and if there it need to be made some changes, reformatting, or adding some kind of header or anything, or adding some kind of authorizations, headers, or maybe some policies or something, it will do that. And then this request reach to the internet, and then that request will be fulfilled by some backend available or some other server available on the internet, and then they will get the response. And this proxy get that response, and it looks at the response. If this response is malicious or something wrong with it, so it can control that response also, and then this response reach to the client. Okay, so what are the benefits? First benefit is the caching. Suppose there are multiple clients, they are making the same request, R1. So what it will do is this proxy cache that request and send the data from this server, proxy server itself. Okay, and that is the benefit of caching, that reduce latency, and increase availability, and yeah, increase availability, and reduce load on the internet or some servers. Okay, and then one is the caching, then another one is it allow or it safeguards the clients from the internet. If there is some malicious push request, or if there is some other malicious request happening from the internet, it stops them at the proxy server itself. So it protect or secure the clients. Yeah, these are the main benefit of it. Let's look at the reverse proxy. So we know Proxy sits between client and the internet, but in case of the reverse proxy, it sits between the server. Okay, server we have, other server we have, other server we have. It sits between internet, and here we have our reverse proxy. Reverse proxy. It sits between internet and the backend, and same thing it do. So like all the things it do that was done by the proxy, but it also do the load balancing. Load balancing it do, one important thing. And then it also also it did the load balancing, and caching is to protect the servers. And yeah, these are the things it benefits it. But how it works, similar ways. Suppose there is a client. Okay, my laptop is very corrupted, so request comes from here. Let me make a request this span r1, and then it goes through the internet, and then it reach to the reverse proxy. And then reverse proxy look at the r1. Yeah, ssl and tls termination, it can do that also. And it will look at the request and then see if request is good, it is not corrupted, and then it will do the ssl and tls termination, so the overhead on the server get reduced. and and redirect this request to the needed server. It can be 1 2 3 based on the sum of the load balancing strategies. Okay, so here we redirect it to r1, it get the response, and it will then redirect to the client or the internet. So this is how this works. It can also cache the data, it can also secure the backend by adding some of the policies at the reverse proxy server. Okay, so we have done proxy and reverse proxy. And what is this collapse forwarding? Yeah, sorry, earlier I missed one thing when we were reading discussing about the proxy servers. Suppose there is client 1, client 2, and client 3. They are sending a request r1, r2, and r3, but all the requests are some kind of same or overlap to each other. Then what will do, this proxy server will collapse all of them, make a big queue request, and then send to the internet and get the response, and then break that capital R into the small responses, and then send to the respective client. So that is called as collapse forwarding. Okay, benefit of proxy we done, benefit of reverse proxy we done, VPN proxy. If you see the proxy, it looks like a VPN. We already heard it, VPN. What is VPN? VPN is a servers that allow all the clients to to make their traffic, make through the traffic via tunneling. So it so by tunneling, what it do is there is a client and hides the client hides the client hides the client. Okay, and what is the difference between proxy and this VPN? Both looks the same, both are hiding the client in backside, and VPN, and both of them are trying to secure the client. What is the difference? The main reason and the main difference is VPN gives you a tunnel and encrypt end to end, but proxy don't encrypt anything. It just gives some kind of policy on top of the client and hides it. So that is the main difference. Let's look at the actual things, what are the those hai. Okay, okay, Here we have the forward proxy and reverse proxy. If you see, I already told you, forward proxy is between the internet and the user. Users are here, we have the forward proxy here, and then internet is here, and from the internet those request expense happen to the some servers. But reverse proxy sits between these. Okay, so it what I we already discussed, forward proxy hides the user, that means client anonymity, cache it, traffic controls, log, it can log also, and request response transmissions. And similarly the reverse proxy server anonymity, server को hide करती है, and then caching, load balancing, DDoS protection, protect from the cyber attacks like DDoS, I forgot the name. Okay, canary experimentation आसान करती है. So suppose you have a small feature and you want to test it, you can just just deploy it on one server, but others can run normally, and then this server can be tested. URL content rewrite, it can rewrite the content also. So proxy SG is an example. Proxy reverse proxy is nginx. Okay, so uses we already know. Reverse proxy we got it, both benefits: performance enhancement, security enhancement, anonymity and privacy, centralized control and monitoring, content filtering and access control. Content filtering also is provided, content adoption and transformation, logging, auditing, and application level gateway. Like on top of these benefits, reverse proxy also provide load balancing and SSL termination, SSL and TLS termination. Okay, yes. Then VPN. A VPN creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the remote server operated by the VPN services. All your internet traffic is routed through this tunnel, meaning that your data is secure for external observation. Okay, characteristics है encryption, traffic routing, IP masking, and security and privacy. And use casing, securing data from the public Wi-Fi, bypassing geographical restrictions, and okay. Then VPN and proxy servers, encryption. So VPN encrypt all data between all your device and VPN servers. Proxy servers does. Okay, proxy server does not encrypt data. Yeah, that we already told. Traffic routing, rerouting, and encrypts all internet traffic from your device. Only reroute traffic from your browser and specific apps. Only your from browser and specific, and it can do for all internet traffics. Privacy and security offers more privacy and security during encryption and comprehensive traffic routing, but proxy provides IP masking but limited security features. Performance use cases: proxy is less heavier than VPN, so VPN is quite slow. So it depends on your use case. Do you need a protection, security high security features, then use VPN, else don't. So this was the video. Okay, cool. I think bye bye.